I just want to let everyone know before the start of this episode that I am not a G1 hater, but I'm just saying that really has a lot of issues and a very troubled past and a lot of fears and the behaviors that came with all of the things that he got when he was a kid is really showing up now that he's an adult. And so, the G1 that we see right now is a product of all of those negativity ever since he was a kid. However, there is no excuse to everything he did to Suha. Because what he did, the isolating from his loved ones, restricting his ability, jeopardizing his job, stealing his items. No matter how troubled or traumatized Yuan's past is, it is no excuse for what he has done. Neither does it make it understandable, but understanding a partner's reason for their behavior is really not the only reason to stay. But before we get started with this discussion, just want to remind our viewers that if you like seeing more yaoi content and would like to support this channel, please don't forget to smash that like button. Also, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. Feel free to message me in my social media at ZEALED FUJOSHI, which I'll be using to interact with viewers about more yaoi content. If that's something that interests you, feel free to follow me at ZEALED FUJOSHI. Finally, this episode will contain explicit content and a lot of manhwa spoilers. With that in mind, please proceed with caution. You have been warned. Now, without further ado, we're gonna cover chapter 106 and 107 of My Suha. But then again, I am more open-minded about, or I try to be very open-minded about what's going on with G. So, I am trying my best to understand where he is coming from. The thing is also, Suha consented staying home because he wanted to comfort Jiwon. It's just that in the process, Jiwon got too greedy and paranoid, started doing the things that a lot of the fandom hated. But I would also like to point out that his intentions were never out of obsession or ill intent, but more of to keep Suha safe. Because he's scared. Because he knows how many times this has happened to Suha. And how almost every time he couldn't stop it from happening to Suha. While Suha just accepts being hurt. An example to this is the redhead. And if it's for the sake of protecting Jiwon, like Suha really would do anything. So Jiwon is in a tight spot, which is to let Suha do what he wants at the cost of hurting himself, hurting Suha, for the sake of saving Jiwon, or keeping Suha restricted, and in the process, hitting two birds with one stone, because he can keep Suha safe and also, protect him from the redhead. By safeguarding Suha until he can control I mean, until Jiwon can control the outside forces that are trying to hurt them, aka the redhead. And by keeping Suha safe, aka by not allowing him to get hurt through the redhead, it's really difficult to make the point that even Jiwon said that he understands that it is wrong to restrict Suha, but he just can't help it because what choice does he have? Like, does he let Suha get hurt by the redhead, or can he keep him away from the redhead for a little bit and just keep him safe and try his best to handle the redhead alone, right? That's Jiwon's point of view in this whole thing. And you know, I understand also how Suha would be upset because there really is no excuse the extreme measure that Jiwon did. But I hope, you know, Suha could have given Jiwon a little bit more leeway and like could have reached a compromise where Suha promises to reassure Jiwon that, you know, promise not to let himself get hurt by the redhead and just really take care of himself from now on. And in return, Jiwon needs to trust Suha that he's gonna be safe and not to be too restrictive at all. And Jiwon needs to be open about his plans and secret so that Suha is in the loop so that, you know, he can adjust better what's going on. That I wish was the compromise that Suha and Jiwon reached before like all this leaving and hiding and not talking. No, they could have met in the middle. But I understand that, you know, Suha got shocked, so he reacted a certain way. But I just wish that they really could have just handled it better. I understand how this topic can be very uncomfortable for a lot of the younger fans of this fandom, but I think that the author has a reason as to why the author made it this way. And maybe there's a lesson that, or like a story that the author wanted us to feel, right? But for all the Jiwon lovers out there, because I love Jiwon, I've always been a Jiwon. He's one of those semis that's always been a standard for me before this whole craziness happened. And you know, I like to remind myself that he really originally is not this type of person. Yes, he has issues and did morally wrong things, and it's obvious, and I don't support that. But I believe in the director that is not evil by heart. He was never aggressive like those other toxic semi after being rejected. Because look at him at this chapter, like rather than being aggressive and toxic, he just cried and felt depressed, thinking that it was all his fault. And honestly, he really has a lot of potential to get better and reflect on the mistakes that he has done to Suha. So like, I really can't hate the guy. Because, you know, if you put yourself in his shoes to see where and how he became like that, like, what he did to Suha is wrong, yes. And he should be called out for that, yes. But you know, everybody deserves a chance to be a better person, and Suha is the perfect person to help him go through. Like, you know, look at the Young, the Suha's Young. I forgot his name. The long-haired dude. I really like him, and like I really like how he treated this whole situation. He told Jiwoon nicely to wait until both of them have calmed down and come again another day. And like, see, like Jiwoon is so not toxic that Jiwoon accepted that and left. Even though you can see in the chapter that it was clearly hurting him. And Suha told him he wants space from, you know, everything that happened. And Jiwoon backed off and gave that to Suha. No. This is the behavior that I really like about Jiwoon. Like, a lot of people only sees the negative of his obsession to Suha, but I think that this is one of the good things about him. And I am worried though. In chapter 107, I am a little bit worried that I kind of sense a little bit of a jealousy for the coworker that Suha has, and I hope that he's not gonna do anything that's gonna make Suha more upset, because, like, you know, Suha still has feelings for Jiwoon, and I just wish that Jiwoon would open his mind to accept that it's okay for Suha to have other people around, and Suha shouldn't be offended also if Jiwoon is giving him, you know, the cold shoulder, because, you know, he is miserable. Like, he doesn't know where his place is, whether they're gonna break up or not, and he's miserable. Jiwoon is really miserable of not having Suha around, but he's trying his best to respect Suha's request of giving him space. So yeah, like, I wish that Suha will not be surprised that he's getting the cold shoulder. But, you know, after all of this mumbling, my stand in this series is I hope that they will not break up. By the power of all of the yaoi gods out there, you know, just love each other non-toxically forever. And like, this is such, it's so hard to make commentary on this series right now, because it's such a slow story right now, and like, I'm gonna wait until there's a little bit more chapters before I make commentary on it. Like, just like this one, like, this is accumulation of a couple of chapters before I made this episode. But I think that's the pace that I'm gonna continue with the My Suha series. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to follow my social media to be teased about some of the boys' love that I'm interested in. Feel free to leave me a message and converse with me in my Discord channel. I'd love to hear back from you. And please consider supporting the show by donating as little as 99 cents through www.zealedfujoshi.xyz. Also, don't forget to support the author. All the manhwa details can be found in the description below. Again, thank you so much and hope to see you next time.